Today's video is sponsored by Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering awesome boxes of top shelf goods from under the radar brands. It's free to join, and every month they introduce their members to cool new products like outdoor gear, home and kitchen goods, clothing, and more, based on a preference quiz members take whenever they sign up. The box lineup changes every month, and each box has around a $70 value, but you only have to pay a fraction of the price. 90% of the product that come in the Bespoke boxes are from small businesses, many of which are right here in the US. You only have to pay for what you want. Before your assigned box ships, you'll get to preview what comes in it. You can keep the box, you can swap it out for a different offer, or you can skip it in this month for absolutely no charge.
The Bespoke boxes that we have here are Field, Forage, and Concentrate. Field provides the essentials when it comes to outdoor therapy. In this box is an N12 saw, Garden Bomb by Barnaby Black, and a modern Sprouts slingshot kit perfect for adding some fun to outdoor activities. These seed bombs give a little bit back to nature. The second box that we have is Forage. Sometimes beauty and utility go hand in hand, and this Buck Bear Mini Hunter Damascus steel knife features a drop point blade with 256 layers of forged steel. This high carbon content Damascus will keep a wicked edge too. Third, we have Concentrate. Concentrate supplies you with multiple ways to help you start tackling your to-dos. Add a few dashes of Bitter Cube Bolivar bitters to your cup and get busy. This box also comes with the Portland Livin Co. desk set. The mix of heavy-duty concrete is clean and minimal, creating an easy-to-focus environment.
To get 20% off of your first box, click the link in the description and use code Cajun20 at checkout. Or go to bespokepost.com/Cajun20. Thank you to Bespoke Post for sponsoring this week's video. Y'all head to bespoke.com/Cajun20 and use code Cajun20 to learn more about getting 20% off of your first box.
So every time we do something in the house and it gets on the floor, the concrete is porous, so we have to scrub and scrub and scrub to get the dirty spot off of the floor. Now that we're working on the inside of the house, we got this Eagle brand gloss coat clear. It's an acrylic clear coat for the concrete floors, and it is working excellent. So what this will do is it'll give us a barrier and seal the concrete, so if we spill something on the floor, we should be able to just wipe it right on up. Last night we got out here and we put one coat on the floor, but we're about to get ready to do the second coat, and that should do it for this bedroom. Lydia's painting next to the walls and the barrier that we put on the floor so we can section it off and do it a section at a time. Hey!
Hey!
It is already super shiny in here, and we just put one little thin coat on last night. So kind of anxious to see what this is going to turn out looking like after we put it on. One thing about this stuff is you definitely need to be moving air, and you need some kind of respirator on while you're doing this, because the VOC, the fumes are horrible coming off of this. So we have a fan set up at the back door, and we have the other two doors and some windows open up to blow the fumes outside. Lydia's got her respirator on, I don't, and it's getting strong in here, so I'm gonna go kick the fans on, and we're gonna get off here for just a second, try to get some air moving. I don't wanna be in here and breathing too many of these fumes.
Okay, so I did Lad's bedroom, so Jim's gonna do our bedroom. We have it taped off, we have the floors clean in there, And the reason that we did those two already is just because those are the ones that we have cleaned. It's kind of a process to try and get this cleaned. It's a lot of mop and sweep and mop and Dawn dish soap and mop again.
A lot of buckets of water, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we're gonna tap out. Jim's gonna go ahead and do our bedroom, and then we're gonna have to let it sit. So we'll have to figure out something to do for the rest of the day. And I see the sun shining. So what do y'all think that means? Give them their num-nums. As y'all can see, we are in Ladley's room. So you can see the separation of the floor where it is done, it is cured, and we did leave that for 24 hours, didn't walk on it, didn't do nothing to it. And it's set up really good. So we'll show y'all in a little while how the floors both turned out. But Jim has been working his tail off to get all these receptacles done in here.
Well, I wouldn't say I was actually working really hard because I've been doing one here and one there, but it was a lot to do, and I've got this room almost done. Anyway, I know what you're thinking. The same thing that we're thinking is, why on earth are they doing this? We're doing this because we can put the covers on, put the receptacles on, and put the toddler plugs in. We still have a ton of work to do, but if this gets energized, it'll be safe. And that's the main thing. We can always take the covers off whenever we do the sheetrock, mud, tape, float, whatever you want to call it, sheetrock people out there.
Every room has its own breaker or two, so once this room is done with the outlets, we can actually go ahead and hook it up and have power in here.
Yeah, so we can plug into the actual receptacle rather than drag extension cords and all that. So it's a double-edged sword. It's going to be helpful though.
So now the floor is done, the sheetrock is hung, and now it's time to
do the ceiling.
So we're going to get started on that.
Yeah, we're going to do this probably a little different than you're used to seeing, or we're used to seeing. But
shocker.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, imagine them doing something outside the box. But anyway, that is our plan, and
we're sticking to it. So,
yeah.
If this is a good idea or a bad idea, I know y'all are going to let us know.
Yeah, but we're going to own it one way or the other. So if it's a bad idea, hey, we own it. Turns out great, but we did that.
And we did set it up for this, so
yes.
No going backsies on this. Okay, but real quick, I've got to brag on Jim Wayne because these outlets look fantastic. So there's our light switch. There's going to be a fan and the light. And if you go around the room, these outlets look fantastic.
One of the drawbacks to putting the lipstick on the wall cover.
The pig?
Yeah, lipstick on the pig. The boxes and the walls is that you get this stuff on your hands and you forget to wipe it off. And then you touch the sheetrock and you end up with lipstick on the sheetrock. Not sure how we're going to get that off, but anyway, we're just going to point out the pros and the cons. So this is definitely a con so far. One thing that we have to do that we forgot to do was put the sheetrock backers on top of this wall. So we got to grab a 2x8, cut it to length, probably a couple of them, and put it up there so we have something to land this ceiling too.
And as of right this second, we have sunshine. So we're gonna go ahead and set up a little station outside to get cutting so we don't create more of a mess in here, which y'all know I will appreciate. And we'll get to it. So as y'all can see, we have a new family member. This is Spooner. Living in the country, people tend to leave things down your road and leave you some presents, and Spooner just happened to get along so well with Gus. So y'all, welcome Spooner into the Cajun country family. We had all of our wood on a trailer, but we had to move it off the trailer so we could use it. So now all of our things are out here. We just haven't got a chance to put them back, so we got to haul it a little bit of ways. Nothing wrong with that, huh?
Oh, there's a lot wrong with that. We set it out here, it was bone dry. Ever since we unloaded it and uncovered it, it has rained every day. Not a whole lot, but a pretty good bit. Well, I say that it rained like an inch the day before yesterday, so it's just now really getting dry enough for us to get out here and straighten this mess up. Hey.
Hey.
This would have been so much easier if we would have done this before we started on the sheetrock.
You look like you should be getting sawed in half or something.
I feel like I am.
So here, I'll show y'all. See how we got it hanging off the edge right there? That'll give us something to be able to nail to. So that's why we're putting these up there. Jim just ran outside to cut that next piece, so I thought that I'd show y'all real quick how the floors look. Now, of course, we have been walking on it, so there's a bunch of footprints in here, but all in all, it's gonna be so much easier to clean up. Now, there's no lights on in here, but y'all can get the gist of what it's looking like. So obviously we got the glossy coat, it's really shiny, and all in all, we are super happy with it.
we're gonna do here, if you look up here, our ceiling joists are on 2-foot centers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lath the ceiling. We're gonna put strips centered on every 16 inches across the bottom of these ceiling joists. That way we put our drywall up to it, there will be no chance of it sagging. It probably wouldn't, but I'm not gonna take that chance. We're not gonna take that chance. We're just gonna strip it, put it on 16s. That way we have a lot of landing to screw to, because it is a ceiling. Gravity is never your friend. And I wanna do this one time.
Did you say lat it up there?
Lath.
Like, you wanted to say that you're not a construction worker, and you're over here using the words like lath. You ready to put the next piece up?
Are you first?
I'm lathed.
Gotcha. Set up for success.
So starting back in Loudie's bedroom, we are gonna finish the lathing.
Stripping, burring, whatever you want to use, whatever term you're comfortable with.
So Jim went and got some 16-foot pieces of 1x4s. That way we don't have to keep cutting these smaller ones and measuring and wasting a bunch of material. Loudie's room is not 16 foot across, but it is 154, I think is what we measured it to.
I think it's 154 and a half.
Okay.
But I mean, who's splitting hairs?
How many feet is that? Not quite 13 feet.
That's close. Ready?
I sure am. This is going to go so much quicker now that we have the full length that we can put up here. Put them up.
Let's do it.
We are so fortunate to be able to complete so many projects this week that always seem so far away. We always say it's the small things that add up to big things. So today we challenge you to do a small act that your future self will thank you for. We'll see y'all next week, Cajun family.